This is my video on buying a guitar for a beginner. I'm going to use the example of a solid body electric and acoustic guitar. Using these two guitars here as examples of what you can pick up. The big mistake people make is they buy a beginner's guitar for a beginner, and that's the last thing you want to do. You want to buy the best quality guitar you can buy for the money you want to spend. And what I'm trying to get over in this video is you don't actually need to spend that much money to get a good quality guitar. But don't make the mistake that a lot of people who are starting as beginners themselves are buying for a beginner who's just about to start by buying a bargain basement guitar, which is classed as a beginner's guitar. A good example was this Stratocaster, which is a Squier Stratocaster. People buy a Bullet, which is the cheapest Stratocaster in the Squier range, when they're thinking about buying a guitar, a Squier guitar. They want something that looks like a Stratocaster, and they think, yeah, Squier, let's go for one of those. Let's start off with the cheapest one, or one from the packs. And that's just a really bad mistake, because they're so much harder to play. You know, the action is likely not to be as good, the fit and finish won't be as nice, it won't have as nice pickups on it, so it won't sound as nice. And when they could have got one of these guitars. Now, these guitars, you need to buy them second hand. They're expensive if they're new, but second hand is where the bargains are. So pawnbrokers, Gumtree, you can pick these up for next to no money. I bought this from a pawnbroker for £140, which isn't that much more expensive than the Bullet or the pack guitars, or even the Affinities, which the Squiers that are one up from the Bullets. You know, and this is a so much better guitar, so much easier to play on, so much better fit and finishing, got a better nut, it's much better pickups. So yeah, what I'm advising is to buy a second-hand top Squier, either a vintage modified or a classic vibe, which are the very best, because these classic vibes are actually as good as Mexican vendors, which are quite a bit more expensive than them. So you get a very good band for book ratio, a lot easier to play, they look better, and because of that, sound better. They'll I think keep somebody's interest going longer. And then as far as the acoustic guitar is concerned, what I would advise again is second hand. I bought this guitar here, a Sigma, which is based on Martin design, second hand for £200. It's got a dovetail joint there. Grover Tuners. Bought this guitar second hand for £200 from pawnbrokers. Now they're about £350 new, but the deals are out there. I regularly see them for between £200 and £250, and it's going to be so much easier for a learner to play on this guitar than a guitar, an acoustic guitar that's around about £100. You know, you may just get an all laminate guitar for that price, and you could pick up a guitar like this. It's got a bone nut, a solid top, as I say, based on a Martin design. Not a lot worse than the lower end Martins. In fact, I think they probably are as good as the lower end Martins, and they're a lot cheaper, especially if you buy them second hand. So what do they actually sound like? Well, let's start off with the Sigma. Extremely good guitar. So yeah, really nice guitar. It's got a compensated bone saddle, rosewood, nice finishing on this one, on the binding, the herringbone version. Very similar to a Martin DL28, which is based on laminated back and sides, but nice purfling down the back. So that's the acoustic, just to give you some idea of what the Squier Classic 5 sounds like. Just turn it on, yeah, and give you some idea of this guitar, which is so yeah, just to finish off, a couple of excellent guitars, didn't cost a lot of money, well worth considering. Don't buy a beginner's guitar for a beginner, that's the worst thing to do. Buy the best guitar you can for the money, and that'll invariably mean a second-hand guitar where you can get the quality for not a lot of money, not much more than a new start guitar. So it's worth looking around when you start off. And these are the type of guitars you should be aiming at. Second hand, they're not a lot of money, and they're superb guitars. They really rival higher end guitars, and yeah, you know, you can pick them up for between 150 and £200, which is not really much different from, you know, a low end Squier new or a cheap Epiphone new. Yeah, hope you like the video.